I'm live. Let me go post this real quick. Where do I post the link now? Everything's changed today. And if you're logging in, let me know if the sound is good. This is going on without a net right at the moment, hoping to get this right. Paste, shift, highlight, link, enter, edit, settings, open a new window, update, and update. All right, with any luck, we're going to log in and we're going to sound fine and everything's going to be great. If you're joining, just absolutely let me know if the sound is good. It's the only thing I can't tell. I'm in complete charge of everything except the sound. All right, so that clicks there. And My Spaghetti Monster, and that's Amoré. So that's got the link live. Kay is here, back for more. Kay is like, ugh. Yeah, no, it's a lot. All right, good. All right, so people will be rolling in here. We're going to start in 5 minutes if you are watching the recording. Sound is fine. Lynn is here. Poor Lynn. She's logging in her hours. And yeah, so I wonder if I should change the colors on those so it's a little easier to tell what's what. Maybe I should assign a color for each class, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm doing 6 classes today? Jeez Louise. That's stupid. All right. Hey, Yuke. Back in for more. All right, good. Hopefully you're headed out and sharing the love in Argentina, right? And getting all them fired up for crazy little instruments that sound awesome. Hey, Carol. More Carol. Poor Carol. Glad you're here, Carol. Hey, Linda. Aloha. All the links are different for all of that. Yeah. When we'll talk about, I hope that I was trying to figure out what's the easiest way to make people figure that out. And so I think putting them right up there on top where you can just go in and get the link, and then you'll know to scroll down to get your stuff. Um, I know I got well for Vic the most important classes 2 from now. Okay. I hope that the baritone class goes well. I have never ever taught a baritone class, so we'll see how that's going to be the one. It'll be fun to see how it goes. Hey Renee, welcome. Patty's here. I can do 5 hours. I'm gonna do the nice part is that um, I just have to sit here and talk at this. I got the hardest part of this is trying to remember to look here instead of here, right? Because I look here at myself. I need to look here at you guys. That's so far that's the number one. I imagine if you go to broadcasting school, they teach you how to do that. They probably have like look here on it or something. I don't know, but that's clearly one of my failures. Let's see. Um, Lindy, how do you again had lunch so I can play your so I can't play harmonica? You like where the links are. Okay. Yeah, those of you guys who weren't here earlier, we did a harmonica class, and the the problem with wind instruments is they're kind of gross. Sticking your finger in your mouth and you blowing and whatever. Don't brush your teeth, and there's weird stuff floating around that goes right in your instrument, and it's disgusting. so, so once you've had lunch, that's it. No more harmonica until you go brush your teeth. Yeah, Diane, I heard you guys were meeting in the park. I'm so excited you guys are doing that. It makes me really, really, really happy that you are doing that. So glad that's super excited. Um, I think Mike told me last time we went 7 people or something were showing up, so that's exciting. Yeah, keep it going, right? Keep it going. Hey Terry, welcome in. Terry and I have been exchanging emails today. I'm complaining about Denver to Terry. Terry lives here in Denver, and we live in basically the same neighborhood, and he we the world's crazy, right? We probably figured this out. The problem we have in Denver is that Denver is super popular, right? And so when I was growing up, Denver was just another town. Nobody cared about Denver. Well, then one day Denver got popular because everybody got all outdoorsy, and so all these people moved into Denver, which is fine, been great, been good for the economy. And our current administration at the city decided that they would say yes to every single apartment project in the world. And so we have all these apartments just raced up, and they're all luxury apartments. I don't know how in the heck kids pay for these things, but anyway, they do. And in that process, they should have and could have and didn't tell all of these developers, hey, we're going to let you put up 1,000 units, but in the as by us letting you do that, we're going to ask you to put in a few affordable housing units, or we're going to, you can't just put up 10,000 apartments. You got to put up 9,950, and then 50 of those you got to save for affordable housing. Well, they didn't do that. And so now we have this terrible homeless situation, which Denver has never had. And they're living on our streets. And so I was complaining to Terry about it earlier. So no, that's me being a grouchy old man. But honestly, I get it, right? I get that there's a reason why you end up in that situation, and I feel horrible for you, but there ought to be some choices for you. There ought to be some stuff, and we don't have that right now. It's very frustrating. So that's my thing. All right, there's the bad news for the day. Now on to the good news. Let's talk ukulele. Let me see who else get wandered in here. Chris is here. Evelyn, 71 degrees and 71 and sunny in Cuenca. It might be sunny here. We just can't tell because there's so much smoke in the air. Oh, good. Terry's never taken a baritone class. Good. I don't know if they are any. I'm going to try baritone. You have two baritones. Oh, well, heck yeah. Come play them. They're fun. Thanks for doing all that. Oh, you're welcome, Batty. Gary and Diane, both here. You and Diane, you're here for last class. You guys are playing too much music. That's the problem. All right. Cindy's here. Cindy's going to take the baritone class, too. Valerie's back. Valerie spent a lot of time with me today. Fran. Okay. I'm excited about the harmonica class, too. Jack. Oh, you got blazing sun out there. Oh, good. Hey, Sandy, welcome back. Clay is in from Sonoma, and Kay. You can't laugh while you're playing the harmonica. That's a good point, huh? Hey, Lindy. Annie's in. Cindy. Yeah. I know. It's frustrating how much of there is. Red is here. Yeah. Last complaint. I am. You guys are my top of the line players, right? So I can complain a little bit. If there was one tent in Cherry Creek, I might have a tendency to be less grumbly about the whole thing. But it's very clear. It's very clear how this thing works. Find places where people will tolerate it, and then just let it go. So, all right. Hey, Pauline. Pauline's here. We can get started. We are this week playing all Italian music, right? A couple of thoughts. Number one, Spaghetti Monster. I'm tossing it in because it's fun, because it has the word spaghetti in it. That's Amoré. I've been playing that with people for a while. It's really, really fun. Santa Lucia, absolutely beautiful. I will warn you that Funiculi Funicula turned out to be a little bit hard to play, so you may want to put that sheet music out, start looking it over a little bit. Carnival of Venice and Oh Soul Mio. I actually found those in, the reason they're there is because I actually found copies of it in this harmonica book, so I'm going to write it out for harmonica and ukulele. So we'll have both of those. And then we have an 11-song concert on Friday. So we'll do the Make It Better bar worksheet as we always do. We're going to do the arpeggio in C. So you might want to pull that out if you have already put it away as a bad experience. Make sure you do that. We're also going to play Skater's Waltz from last week on Friday, so don't let that drop. Go ahead and put that in your weekly study sessions. We're going to play Brahms Lullaby. That's not a tough one for you guys, so you probably don't need to study it overly, but we're going to play it. This Little Light of Mine, we'll play that one more time on Friday. And then Troy Marai, which you guys know I was unhappy with what I had given you, and so I just pulled it. I'm super happy with what I've got coming. We may end up with that one on a playlist for a few weeks. It was absolutely beautiful, but it's going to be super hard to play. And so, as you know, one of the things that I pride myself on is making music as playable as possible. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's ever going to be easy, and certainly on some of this stuff, it's just hard music and it's hard to get it on ukulele and all that. So just know that you are going to get that this week, but we may or may not. We may need to actually spend some time working on it. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? I think that's enough. We will obviously learn all of the songs this week, and then so on Friday we got a lot of music. So all the music from last week will carry over into next week, and we'll be playing that as well. So don't just like we normally do, we get the Friday, throw it all in the can and start again on Monday. I want for you guys, because you are the top level players, to be letting that music roll over week to week. And hopefully as you do that, by the end of the second week, one of those songs is going to be really going well for you. And you'll be like, you know what? I'm going to hang on to this as one of my permanent repertoire pieces. So that's it. Oh yeah, Linda is up there in Sonoma, and poor California, 500 fire, some crazy number like that. So yeah, we're feeling it here in Denver, and we're smelling your smoke from California, so it's got to be horrible. Alan's here, Cat made it in, and Cozy, Lake Havasu. How fun! How exciting! Glad you're here, Cozy. All right, let's play. Let's grab My Spaghetti Monster first, and let's get that going. I do think the reason that I love My Spaghetti Monster is I wrote it for a dumb reason, and it turns out it makes ukulele sound amazing. And so I think it's kind of fun to play. And I think as a player yourself, you hopefully when you're at this level, you're not being shy about letting people know you're a ukulele player, and you're going to share that with other people. And I think an early piece that most of my students should probably be able to get under their belt and just really do is My Spaghetti Monster, so that they have something to share. Say, hey, I'm an instrumental ukulele player. I don't just play the chords and strum. I actually do some of this for real, and I think it's a great one. Okay, so My Spaghetti Monster. Let's start from the top. Then we got your C chord. Okay, and then I always just play it with my thumb, but you can absolutely play it like this as well. All right, so from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. My spaghetti monster playing ukulele, flying through the rainbows with a heart, tasty marinara, yummy parmesan, we're pastafari. Okay. kind of a hilarious thought, right? I apologize. I know I'm not giving you full attention right at the moment, because I'm realizing that I didn't download That's Amoré into my little gadget here, and so I'm pretending to teach while I'm really racing to try to find that. And of course, it's a T, so it's all the way down the alphabet. Let me download this real quick so that I can actually tackle it. That's Amoré. There it is. Okay, so let me download that. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we're at it. Now I'm ready to go. So don't jump to that yet. Stick on My Spaghetti Monster. Those of you guys that are advanced players, which is what I'm calling you from now on, this is the advanced class. Okay. For you guys, the idea of being able to play, to share what you're doing with other people is getting to be ever more important, because one of these days they're going to let us out of the house again, right? And you're going to feel safe going out into this crazy world. And when you get out there, you're going to meet other ukulele players who have not been doing what you're doing, who have not been working as hard as you're working. And you're going to want, and you may not care about it but there's some point where they're going to want to know what you know. And I would say, being able to knock out Frere Jacques dead, like just have it part of who you are as part of your DNA, and then being able to then show, from Frere Jacques, I can then take the chords and I can turn them into something. Now it doesn't work on Frere Jacques because that thing's all over the fretboard, but with Spaghetti Monster, it's all right here, and you can end up with this really beautiful tune. And they're like, oh, that's how I want to play. That's exactly what I want to do. If you're not a singer, and a lot of young people take up ukulele, they like singing and they just jam and all this stuff. And then a handful of older people are into that. Singers, they are already doing it. They already know what they're doing. But when I poll my classes, 80% of the students don't want to sing. That's just not something that they want to do. And so being able to teach them instrumentally and get them started on that is going to be one of your jobs, right? So Frere Jacques, Three Blind Mice, My Spaghetti Monster, that's sort of the architecture on which all things important are built in this program. And so I guess I wouldn't say I don't know how to say this. If you can get them to play Spaghetti Monster, they for sure will understand Three Blind Mice. And if they understand Three Blind Mice, they can play everything. Okay. And so we start with those three pieces of music. And so let's play it one last time. Let's get your Italian on, and then we're going to go do That's Amore. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 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 strum, strum. Oh, 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 strum, strum. Oh, 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 strum, strum. 2, 3, strum, 2, 3, 4. 1, oh, 2, oh, strum, strum. 1, oh, 2, oh, strum, strum. 1, oh, 2. Slow it down. 3. Okay, made a mistake. Okay, so that's the 2. And again, just having that where you can share that with people and you say, this is chord melody. This is the melody. And then these chords, they're not really normal ukulele chords. These are the chords that I put in underneath the melody, and it makes the whole ukulele do all of the work. It takes care of the harmony, the rhythm, and the melody. All three things are happening simultaneously, and you got a really nice tune on your hands. And so, again, I don't teach that just because I'm super proud of the song. I teach it because it helps you get to the next place in instrumental ukulele play. All right. Now let's talk about That's Amore. That's Amore it goes on for a while. It's 4 pages long. And you guys know I hate that. I like everything to be 2 pages, but it just doesn't work out sometimes. So the schmaltzier and sillier you play this song, the better off you're going to be. And so let's start with, we're going to skip the chords right off the bat. Let's get the melody right. Make sure that you know how the song goes. And as I talk to you guys all the time, if you are not 100% sure of what is going on the paper, go listen to that MP3 a few times. Really let yourself hear the sheet music prior to trying to tackle it. And if you don't know, on the front page of Jolly Roger, when you're on a computer, on the front page, on the left side, right, the right side, over here is a big column of stuff. They call them widgets, right? A whole bunch of stuff. Over down, about 2 down, is the MP3 player, which has every song in the program. And you scroll down to That's Amore and click on it, and then the computer will play it for you, and you can listen to it. You can download that onto your phone, and then you can slow it down to get to go at a speed where you can play along. And for those of you guys who are thinking about doing ukulele orchestra on Monday nights, that's exactly what we're going to do in September and October. Is we're going to take songs that are whatever the song is, okay? And I'm thinking we mostly love songs. That's what I kind of decided I would do. We're going to take those songs, we're going to slow them down, and you're going to play them at a speed. Then we're going to speed them up, and you can play them at that speed, and then we're going to speed them up, and we're going to play them at that speed, and then we're going to really speed them up, and you're going to see if you can play them at that speed, and then we're going to slow them back down again. Okay, and so our idea we're going to be drilling speed so that you can get yourself where we turn our brains off and play it at a high rate of speed, and then play it at a little bit slower rate of speed, and play it at whatever speed a conductor tells you to play it at, and you're going to be fine being able to do that. So that's one of the activities that we're going to be doing in the evenings on Monday nights. The other one will be really nailing your chords. We get where we start to get out of whack on chords. I want you to be able to hit them dead on every single time, because when you're playing in an ensemble situation, we want to be able to do that. Okay, so we'll be doing a ton of work with chords. So let's talk about the membership. Let's talk about the melody on this one. Its first word, rubato. What does that mean? That means, hey, you got a little flexibility here. Okay, and so in Napoli, where love is king, where boy meets girl, here's what they sing. Okay, so don't feel like you have to follow that exactly what you're supposed to do until you get into group play, which we will tonight. I think I included this one as one of our things. We'll adjust that tempo where when we're in a group, we have to play together. When we're by ourselves, you get to a lot of freedom. Okay, so let's play just that part right there, just through measure 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I didn't make good choices with my fingering, so I'm all over the place. So I'm going to think, all right, I'm going to rethink that. I'm going to put my index on 3. I've only got a couple of 1, so I'm going to play in 3rd position and see if I do better. So from the top, 1, 2, 3. I blew it. All right, gosh, I must be tired. Here we go. From the top, 1, 2, 3. Okay. The diminished chord shape just kills me. You're way ahead of us, Lindy. Don't be there yet. We'll get there. Okay. Play the 1 through 5 one more time. Okay. I'm finding third position is the correct position. From the top, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you want to create as much drama in that section because it sounds like something important is about to happen. And then now he's going to switch to silly, right? When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, right? So we want as much kind of deep, dark drama. And you can tell you're supposed to play it dark and scary and sad because it's C minor, F minor, C minor, G7, okay? All those dark tones are going to be coming in that. So be schmaltzy through that section. Be very, dramatic Italian. Okay. Now let's play some of the melody. This gets a little repetitive, so we don't need to play the whole thing. But let's play the first. Let's start at measure 6. Got 7s and 5s, right? Goes down to 3, so I'm probably sticking in 3rd position and being ready to go up to my 7s. From the top, from 2 beats into measure 6. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll do the 2 pickup notes in 6. 1, 2, 3, 1. Three, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, rest. Three, 1, 2, 3, rest. Whoops, boy, technical problems all over the place here today, guys. I apologize. Let me get this thing going. There it goes. All right, from page 2, 1, 2, 3. that's pretty much the song. Okay, because if you go to measure 37, it ends up feeling like it repeats almost exactly through that section. A little bit of minor differences, but for the most part, it just repeats. Okay, you get a same sort of general melody program going through there. So let's talk about a couple things to make your playing just as good as you possibly can. At measure 6, notice that fermata. Okay, um, here's what they sing. Okay? If you're playing solo, that's going to be a long time. You're going to try to create as much drama with that as you can. If you're playing at the group, whoever's the leader of the group has to tell you how long to make that. When the moon, okay, and then they will tell you when to pick up and come in. So take that seriously. The other one, you got another fermata there at 25, okay. Ring-a-ling-a-ling, ring-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing d'amore, Vita Bella, right? So really, it's a high point in the song. Let that thing really develop, especially if you're playing solo. You want to create a whole lot of drama around that moment. Okay, now let's go in and talk about the chords because Lindy has already peeked ahead and she's like, diminished, boo. Okay, let's go through them. Okay, so measure 2, you got a C minor. I always play it just with a partial bar. In Napoli, where love is, and this is I love F minor on ukulele. It's the only chord that's sort of scary. Okay, King, where boy meets girl, here's what they sing. And that's cool. That's such a cool pattern. C, F minor, C, G7. And I don't think, especially if you're playing solo, if you want to put in a little bit of this, that's sort of that feeling of high drama that comes along with that sort of Mediterranean playing. That would be absolutely appropriate there, right? Now, then you're going to walk in 7, 7, 5, and then it's very easy chords from here for a little bit, right? Moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie. That's Amore 3. Now, here's the challenge. When you go from here, you got G7. Next thing up is the C diminished, okay? And Lindy's already warned you that it's a tragedy, okay? So you got to go from here. These two flip over and these two add on. 2, 3, and then to D minor 7th, okay? So that your pinky can hang out. And then a G7, okay? But you're going to have to get good at that if you're going to sing this one and strum it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so with diminished, I always teach it as a 4-finger pattern. You can do a bar with these two things, but I find that very uncomfortable to do with your ring on the bottom and your middle there. You can do that, okay? I just don't. I just find that to be much more difficult. So I always just do 2 here, and I try not to lose sleep over it, right? Okay? Right now, Lindy's losing sleep over it. I think it's a hard chord, but you really want to have it, and so I would recommend 4 fingers there, okay? So let's play through that, and then it's all G7 for a while. So I'll sing, okay? Okay? Start at measure 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's Amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's Amore 3. 1, 2, 3. The bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing. Feel all that drama? Sing Vita Amore. Okay, and then your C sharp diminishes all the way up on 3. 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. Hearts will play, tippy tippy yay, tippy tippy tay, gay tarantella. Okay, and then the idea starts over again. So there's nothing new, I don't think, as you proceed on through the song. Oh, there is some seventh chords that show up at 50. So we'll talk about those in just a second. But now notice if I'm singing, I'm going to probably simplify the chords to just one strum per thing. We're in three, so when the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's amore. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. But you can absolutely get in three too. When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's amore. Okay, so all those are on the table. You got to find your way of making it the best way you can. And then for those of you who are also thinking this, when the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's amore. Okay, so those are also on the table. So be very creative and very thoughtful about how you'd want to do this. You do play this song through twice, so all of those are possible for you. Okay. Major 25 says E flat diminished, but it looks the same as C diminished on major 12. So and then Lindy follows up with so E flat diminished and C diminished. You are not reading it wrong. Here's what's fascinating about diminished chords. This chord has three different names. This chord has three different names. This chord has three different names, and this chord has three different names. And we don't use any of these because we just pick out whichever one is the most convenient at the time. Okay, so yes, the shape is the same, but the names change. Okay, similar to this chord where we don't hold down anything. Sometimes it's A minor seventh, and sometimes it's a C6. Okay. That's going to happen on ukulele a lot because we get these a little bit more elaborate chords. Diminished chords are pretty elaborate. When we will start using those tones, it ends up being inversions of the same thing type of situation. And so, yeah, you'll have chords, identical shape, different names, and that's what's going on here. And to be honest, guys, if it were up to me, I would just put C diminished on everything and let it go at that. But I do try to be at least a little bit cognizant of the music theory behind stuff. And so I believe that I got that right, that, hey, at that moment, we're actually playing an E flat diminished, even though it looks exactly like the C diminished. And so, yeah, so I would say when you get to those situations, especially with diminished, I would ignore the name of the chord. It's a diminished shape. Okay, and you don't have to think about it. Just get it on the right fret is really what you're after there. So, yeah, a little confusing. But I think to wrap up, you've got a lot of choices with your right hand on this one, guys. And so make sure that you're thinking those through. Before we jump up to measure 50, well, now let's do that now. Go to measure 50. Let's make sure you know these chords. So you're coming out of major 45, right? You're the same, more of the same. When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, it's you're in, and then the song changes a little bit there at 50. Love, index, middle ring, love, 2, 3. Grab your B7, 2, 3, slide it back. Okay, what that essentially turns into is a walking bass line. You'll see guitar players do that with it. Boom, 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 boom. Right? You've got the same thing going on here because you're coming out of G7, E7, B flat 7, A7, bum, 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 bum. And then we've got a little bit different chord structure here at the end of, let's go to 54. Grab your D minor. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusa me, but you see back in old Napoli, that's amore. And there's that C diminished shows up again, G7. And major 68, you've got your high G7. And that's your turnaround. And remember from jazz class, which we did seem like 4 years ago, but it was just a few weeks ago. That's a jazz turnaround right there from C to the diminished, or C to the diminished, to the seventh, to the other seventh. Okay. When the, and then you go back to whatever, the beginning. Okay. Same thing happens on the ending of this song on page 4. You've got, it's Amoré, sing, Yore. Then you got a little different finish up. F, D minor 7, G7, C. Okay, so when you come around the second time, you'll play 69 through 73. So if you didn't mark it on your paper already, and did I give you the repeats? I did. Okay, so put a yellow line at the beginning of 65, because the first time you come through, you're going to do that turnaround. Dun 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 dun. When the, and you go back to the measure of 5, right? Measure 7. Okay, you go back to 7, and then the second time you come around, make sure you skip 65, 66, 67, 68. Okay, Jennifer snuck back in from teaching. Jennifer's got to do a job. She's actually working right now. Poor thing. Glad you're here, Jennifer. So we've got a lot of stuff going on here. Nothing here is terribly difficult, but enough where you got a lot of choices and you get to make the decisions. And it's supposed to be a schmaltzy song. Like, I think it's Dean Martin, isn't he, the guy that made this famous? He took it kind of seriously, which is not the right thing to do. When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, it's Amoré, right? You want to be thinking in terms of, hey, that's a goofy song. But he took it rather seriously. I don't know, in the movie he may have been goofing with it, but let yourself have a little bit of fun. Be really thoughtful about how am I going to handle my right hand and do this with some level of coolness. Okay, let's run through the tough uke. Let's make sure we know everything that's going on there, and then, guys, that's going to be enough for today. All right, from the top, grab your 3, and then just C minor, 5, 6. Let that 6 ring. 3, 5, and then you've got a 1 up here and a 4 down here. So that's probably a pinky, right? And that's F minor. With that weird note, the weird melody note. Okay, 3, 5, 0, 0, 3. Okay. And that probably should be 0, 3, 3. Probably 0, 3, 3. Let's make that let's say that's a typo. Let's do 0, 3, 3 instead of 0, 3. Let's put a 3 there. That should be a C minor. 0, 3, 3. 1, 3. Dun, dun, dun. And then it's a G7, but the melody's 3, so just put a G chord on. 2, 3, 1, and then you want to put as much in perfection and energy into this. Okay, 7, 5, and then go to the 3. Lynn asked a question. Am I the one who hears the theme from Godfather? Godfather has the same sort of scary beginning to it. Yeah, and it's in the majors, or I'm sorry, in minor keys as well. Yeah, so yeah, that's not surprising you're hearing that. That's absolutely true. All right, from measure 7, 1, and I'd start with I'd do this one because you're going to need your 7 right off the bat. 1, 2, 3. When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's Amoré. 3. Put your diminished chord on. 2. Put your D minor 7th on. Put your G7 on. Okay, you're not going to get away from it, Wendy. You got to do it. Okay, you come out of this, you jump up, grab your 5, G7, 5, 3, G7, 5, 3, G7, 5, 3, G7, 3, oh, zeros, 2s, strum. Okay, so I think that section always feels like I've lost track of where I am. So pay attention when you're playing through that. G7, 5, 3, G7, 5, 3, G7, 5, 3, G7, 5, 3, G7, 3, 0. Okay, so I always feel like I've done one too many or not enough, one of those two. Okay, so you get this nice measure 21, C chord, and then O3. Now on to page 2, go. Strum, O3, O3, strum, O3, O3, strum, O3, diminished chord. Okay, slide up to the 5, 5, 3, and then G7. Another diminished chord. 4, 3, G7. 2, 1, G7. 2, 1, G7. 2, 1, 2, 1, G7. 2, 1, 2, 1, G7. 2, 1, G7. 3, 2, strum. Strum. 3, 2, strum. Strum. Let's just keep going. 7, 5, strum. 7, 5, strum. 7, 5, strum. 7, 5, strum. 2, O, G7, strum. 2, next page. I'll give you a second. C diminished. Go. 2, 3, D minor 7. 2, 3, G7. 2. And I'm sorry. Once you hit that G7, starting your 5. 5, 5, 3, G7. 5, 3, G7. 5, 3, G7. 5, 3, G7. Oh, 1. And then here's where you jump up to your E7. 2, 3, B7. 1, 2, 3, A minor. Let that ride. It's all just tied notes together. It sounds cool just to let it go. And then 1, 3, D minor. 1, 3, D minor. O, 2, D minor 7. O, 2, F minor. 5, 3. All the way up to 7. Let it ring through O, 3. Okay, and then a regular C chord at 60. G7, 5, 3, G7, 5, 3, G7, 3, O, G7, 3, 5, 7, 5, 3. Diminished. G7, high G7. And then 5, 3, go back and play, I'm sorry, 7, 5, play the whole thing again. Second time when you come around, let's do the very ending. Go to measure 69. 1, 2, 3. 7, 5, 3, 2. F with a C. 2, 3, D minor 7. 2, 3, G7. 2, 3, beautiful C chord. Okay. So it actually ends up being sort of a mellow ending to it, but you want to put as much silly as you can into the middle section of it. Okay. And I love the fact that Lynn's hearing the Godfather theme in this. I've done the Godfather thing. Maybe we'll do a TV movie theme coming up here pretty soon, and this will be one of them, right? Moon River, Godfather. Can't remember what else we added into the movies themes, but a bunch of stuff. So now we're done talking about this song, but we're not done talking about this song, right? Because tonight and orchestra, we're going to take this song, and I think I'm telling the truth. I'm going to double check because I want to make sure I'm telling you what we're really going to do. Tonight will be the one night when we're going to leave it open to anybody. Just get everybody in and make sure you're doing fine. And then we're going to do members only for the rest of the season. Okay, so those of you guys who have a membership to the Jolly Roger website, you're perfectly fine. If you don't, please get that. Please deal with that. I want all of you guys there. I want to really turn this into something that's exciting, because what I'm really hoping that we're going to be doing is we're going to get you guys. Those of you guys in Denver already know the drill, right? You learn all this stuff, and then you go to orchestra, and you can't keep up because it's much, much faster. And so what I want to be able to do is get everybody up to speed, keep you up to speed, because in January, there's a possibility, however remote, that you might be able to get together and play with other people. And whether that's, and not a good percentage of you aren't here in Denver now. And so I want you to be able to say, hey, when we get together, we're going to get 5 of us together, when and we're going to play That's Amore. And I want to have you to have a full set of sheet music completely ready where I have written your first concert for you, right? All you have to do is do it. And so what I want to do over the next 4 months, right? Is to get all of your speed up in good shape. So tonight, what we're going to do, That's Amore will be one of them. We'll also work on Laura's theme and Love Me Tender. We'll probably start with Love Me Tender because it's the easiest of the three. Is to get you where you can play chords dead on, exactly what it says, boom, 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 boom. And then you can go through and play melody, boom, 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 and you can play it faster than you're supposed to. We'll bring it all together, and then theoretically, when you get together with other people, you guys can really knock out a really nice duet or a really nice orchestral version of that. And so so we'll be working on that tonight. So That's Amore is going to be with you through October. So this is one of those, and it's this sheet of paper, right? And this is identical to the one that we'll be using tonight. The only difference with the one tonight is that we've included the baritones. Okay, so if you know anybody else who's hanging out who owns a baritone, they can play. I've given them a melody and their chords. They'll be doing the same thing. You put those together, you get 2 people on ukulele and 2 people on baritone. Well, now all of a sudden you have a band, and so that's the plan. Whether you end up doing any of that stuff is not important, and this matters that you can do it, right? And so that's the plan. So That's Amore is going to be part of your life from now until the end of October, and then we switch to Christmas music. So I don't mean to put that in like kind of this mean way, but when we switch to Christmas music, musicians have to play Christmas music whether we like it or not, and so that's something that we do. I love teaching Christmas music. I love teaching it. I kind of like playing it, and I really do enjoy arranging it. So we'll be doing that from November and December. All right, let's see. Got it very much for my Jennifer. Let's see. Am I the only one who is? Okay, so we talked about that. Yeah, songs. Oh yeah, Return to Me. All right, right. Remember Me, we did as a members only song. All right, so we'll get that diminished shape. I would be what fun. Lazy Mary. I don't think I know that one, Fran. You'll have to send it to me. Can any Canadian here tell me if PayPal charges a service and transaction fee if your PayPal account is linked to a U.S. credit card? Oh, that I don't know, LG. I hope it doesn't, because I have to pay a huge fee to PayPal to have this set. It's like 10% they take off the top, right? So I hope they're not charging you fees in addition to the fees they're charging me to have you guys sign up for subscriptions. I know that a lot of you guys don't like this whole business of credit cards and online and PayPal and all this stuff. Unfortunately, I just don't have the ability to take care of each of you. I just don't have any staff to do that sort of stuff. So I just have this one way of doing it, and I know it can be a bit of a dilemma. So let me know if you have trouble getting signed up. But I do think the other reason why you want to do orchestra this fall is we'll do some Christmas music here in the daily stuff, but I really, I'm going to mostly, all of the modern Christmas music we will do on Monday nights. And so, the classics are great, but a lot of you guys want to do the more modern stuff. And so that's going to be the Monday night sessions. Anyway, all right. So you've got Spaghetti Monster, you got That's Amore. Those are not going away anytime soon. So get where you're playing both of those pretty well. And then tomorrow, we're going to dig into whatever we're digging into. By the way, those of you guys who've been coming in a lot, I'm just going to put these links right up at the top in the time slot. And so when you come in, just make sure you look at, hey, this is the 1 o'clock class. And it's called Next Level Ukulele. I was going to call it Advanced Ukulele, but I don't know what that means. In my mind, Jake plays Advanced Ukulele. And so we'll call it Next Level Ukulele for now until we can think of, I might call it Italian Ukulele or something, but just make sure you click on the right link and that'll bring you in. Those of you guys who want to do baritone, that's coming up next. Tomorrow we will cover Santa Lucia. If you don't know that song, go listen to the MP3. It's just an absolutely delightful, beautiful piece. With this song, That's Amore, I want you to be thinking about silly eating pasta and being crazy Italians, right? The next one I want you to think about riding one of the gondolas in Venice, and just this beautiful lilt to it. So, all right, that's enough for today. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. Be safe, and thanks for coming around, and we'll keep moving forward, and we're going to be great players. So, sounds like a great season. We're going to have fun, I hope. Would you want to pay for the full year? I don't know how to set it up to have multiple year places. I don't know how to set that up. I know how to set it up for what it's set up right now, and I think it's possible to give you other alternatives, but I don't know how to set that up, LG. So I'll look into it. I won't be able to do it right off the bat, but that's a great idea. Is, hey, can we get different links to pay? Yeah, I'll look into it, LG, but it won't happen this week. Lindy, thank you so much. You're welcome, Lindy. Chris, good to see you. Carol, have a wonderful day. Bruce, enjoy Montana. Holy Moses, it's got to be beautiful this time of year. Now, God bless to you, Renee. Have a great day. Fishing, glad you're here. Keep showing up. That's so exciting. I love having you here. A noob from Argentina. Keep playing. Lynn, thanks a lot. Have a good one. Patty, I'll see you later. Okay, so Fishing is saying he or she has done the Canadian American thing. Yeah, like I say, PayPal charges the heck out of me for giving you guys the subscription thing. So please, so hopefully they don't charge you as well. But I don't know how that cross-border stuff works. Cozy, good to see you. Have a great day. Lake Havasu. Jennifer, good to see you. So we pay every 3 months through PayPal. Yeah, well, you're completely in charge of PayPal, or you pay, and then if I say something crazy that makes you mad and you want to be like, that son of a gun, I don't want to listen to him anymore, you can absolutely go into PayPal and cancel it. If you don't cancel it, I believe it's set where it just auto renews and should send you an email. I'm hoping it also sends you an email that, hey, we're about to auto renew your subscription. The reason why, my real reason for doing it quarterly is there may come a point when I don't want to do this, but I doubt it. But there may be, and I just wanted us to have a neat way to wrap it up. Also, I do want you to know that I want to feel a little bit of pressure myself that I'm going to continuously be developing and creating new stuff for you. Those of you guys that are members, I want to make sure I'm taking care of you, and I want to make sure you get new stuff and good stuff all of the time. And so that's it sort of motivates me to give you enough stuff to where you get to the end of the quarter and you're like, yeah, I'm having a good time. I want to keep going. And so that's the idea behind the quarterly. So thanks for asking, Jennifer. Bruce, I'll see you. Annie, I'll see you. They charge the normal exchange plus a small fee. Oh, shoot. I forgot. There is that currency issue. When we grew up, it was the same, right? Remember? And then Canada downgraded or did whatever they did to the money. Now it's not equal. Auto renew. Yep. All right, guys. All right. Okay. As long as you're having a good time, right? Maybe learning something too. Mostly laughing at me, I hope. Have a wonderful day. I gotta get off to baritone class. You want to see a train wreck? Let's come join me there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful time. We'll play Santa Lucia tomorrow.